PrizePicks. Hello everyone, this is Mike with BetBlitz. Welcome back to your source for daily sports picks. Today's a new day and we're looking to set you up with a few of some of the best picks on both PrizePicks as well as Underdog. If you're new to the channel, take a moment to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can have early access to our picks as soon as we post and before the lines get bumped. Also, take a moment and hit the like button. We do have a like goal for this video, and if this video gets above 150 likes, we will be dropping bonus picks for you guys in our next video, so take a moment and hit that like button. Also, at the end of this video, let us know down in the comment section below which of these picks you will be taking, as well as the ones you won't, and any other lines that you think have a great chance of hitting. And if the picks in this video aren't enough for you and you'd like access to even more picks, click our link in the description below to gain access to the outlet. These guys are the premier sports betting community, and right now you can gain access to them for 15% off when you use code BLITZ. These guys will get you right, so go give them a look. Today we will be getting into the NBA's Monday slate of games for MLK Day, so if you guys would like a bonus pick in our next video, again, take a moment and hit the like button, because if this video gets above 150 likes, we will be dropping bonus picks for you guys in our next video. So for our first pick, we'll be headed over to the points plus rebounds tab, and this time we'll be selecting Tyrese Maxey for more than 33.5 points plus rebounds. Now taking a quick look here on Outlier, and by the way, if you guys would like to try Outlier for yourselves, click our link in the description below to gain a free 7-day trial. We see that this line Tyrese Maxey has actually exceeded in 6 of his last 10 games. Additionally, this line Maxey's exceeded in 55% of his last 20 games, and a line that this season Tyrese Maxey has exceeded in over 60% of the games he's played. Now, Tyrese Maxey and the Philadelphia 76ers will be facing off against an Indiana Pacers defense that this season has not been very good overall when it comes to defending against their opponents' points plus rebounds, giving up a fair share amount of points and rebounds to their opponents overall. And when it comes to defending against opponent guards, the Indiana Pacers are again just the same, giving up plenty of points plus rebounds to the positions, ranking near the bottom of the league defensively in both of these categories. Here's the Pacers' defensive numbers against opponent shooting guards for those who want to see that as well. Now overall, coming into this game, we do like Tyrese Maxey to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. Now taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see that Tyrese Maxey is getting a solid dose of minutes per game through his last 10 games, over 38 minutes per game. And one of the things we do love about Maxey is his high efficiency from the field through his last 10 games. Over 50% field goal shooting on nearly 21 attempts per game, so he is a volume shooter. And from behind the arc, Maxey has also been very impressive. 8.5 three-pointers attempted through his last 10 games, averaging 44% from behind the arc. And for his size, Maxey is also a decent rebounder through his last 10 games, over 8 rebound chances as well. So coming into this game, we do like Tyrese Maxey to have plenty of time as well as opportunity to reach this line. Now on his career, Tyrese Maxey has been a phenomenal scorer as well as a decent rebounder for his position. This season, taking his game to another level, over 30 points per game and just under 4.5 rebounds per game through his first 38 games of this season. And coming into this game against an Indiana Pacers defense that has not been very good overall defending him in his position, we do like Tyrese Maxey to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. So for all these reasons, we'll be taking Tyrese Maxey for more than 33.5 points plus rebounds. Now for our next play, we'll be headed over to the PRA tab, and this time we'll be selecting James Harden for less than 42.5 PRA. Now taking a quick look here on Outlier, we see that this line James Harden has actually failed to exceed in 8 of his last 10 games, nearly going under in 9 of them. Additionally, this line Harden has failed to exceed in 80% of his last 20 games. Last season, this line James Harden failed to exceed in over 75% of the games he played, including regular season and playoffs. And this season, this is a line James Harden has failed to exceed in over 65% of the games he's played. Additionally, head-to-head versus the Washington Wizards in his last 3 matchups, this line James Harden has failed to exceed in 2 of 3 of them. Now, James Harden and the Los Angeles Clippers will be facing off against a Washington Wizards defense that this season hasn't been really good overall, especially when it comes to defending against their opponents' PRA totals, giving up a fair share amount of points, rebounds, and assists to their opponents overall. And when it comes to defending against opponent guards, the Washington Wizards are again just the same, giving up plenty of points, rebounds, and assists to the positions. Here's the Wizards' defensive numbers against opponent shooting guards for those of you who want to see that as well. But overall, coming into this game, despite Washington's poor defense, we do expect James Harden to fall below this line with the high blowout opportunity for the Clippers in this one. Even with Leonard expected to be sidelined for this game, we still do like a pretty high chance for a blowout against this Washington Wizards defense that has been pretty awful throughout the season, and that may ultimately cause the Wizards to bench James Harden and the starters early and for him to fall below his line. Now, taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see that James Harden is getting a solid dose of minutes per game through his last 10 games, 36 minutes per game. However, Harden's efficiency has taken a huge hit, especially through his last 10 games, sub 40% field goal shooting on volume attempts, close to 19 per game through his last 10 games, and his three-point shot has virtually disappeared through his last 10 games. Near 25% from 3 on 8 attempts per game is not very nice to see from Harden. So coming into this game, overall we don't like James Harden to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. Throughout his career, James Harden has been pretty solid overall when it comes to filling up the stat sheet. This season, no exception, 25, 4, and 8 through his first 38 games. However, coming into this game, we do feel this line is a bit higher than what it should be, likely because of Kawhi Leonard's absence, but ultimately we still feel Harden will fall below it. So for all these reasons, we'll be taking James Harden for less than 42.5 PRA. Now, for those of you guys who are wisely making picks with Underdog as well, we want to share with you a couple of plays that we thought had a great chance of hitting, and that is Giannis Antetokounmpo for higher than 0.5 double-doubles, as well as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for lower than 0.5 double-doubles. If you guys like making picks on the traditional PRA stats, but would also like to have access to making picks on whether or not players get double-doubles as well as triple-doubles, click our link in the description below and sign up for Underdog using code BETBLITZ, because when you do, you'll receive a free pick as well as 1,000 in bonus cash. And right now, Underdog has been going absolutely insane with all their free picks, discounted player props, as well as promos that they are dropping as gifts in your lobby on a day-to-day basis. In fact, right now, Underdog will give you an additional $100 in bonus cash after you play 5. So if you guys aren't already on Underdog, make sure you guys click our link in the description below to sign up using code BETBLITZ to claim your free pick and bonus cash. If you guys are on Underdog, make sure to go ahead and lock these plays in. We have been cashing out like crazy with our Underdog picks as well. And if you guys are on Underdog, trust us, your profits will increase. Now for our next play, we'll be under the PRA tab, and this time we'll be selecting Derrick White for less than 27.5 PRA. Taking a quick look here on Outlier, we see that this aligned Derrick White has actually failed to exceed in 6 of his last 10 games, nearly falling below it in 7 of his last 10 games. However, one of the things we do love about Outlier is our ability to filter for game-specific conditions. And one of the game-specific conditions we will be filtering out for this one is that it will be an away game for the Boston Celtics. And coming into this game, we see this line Derrick White has actually failed to exceed in 55% of his last 20 away games. A line that last season on the road, Derrick White failed to exceed in nearly 70% of the games he played, as well as a line that this season Derrick White has failed to exceed in close to 60% of the games he's played on the road. And head-to-head versus the Pistons on the road, this is a line Derrick White has failed to exceed in his last 3 matchups. Now, Derrick White and the Boston Celtics will be facing off against the Detroit Pistons defense that this season has been pretty solid overall, especially when it comes to defending against their opponents' PRA totals, not allowing too many points, rebounds, or assists from their opponents overall, ranking top 5 defensively in each of these categories. And when it comes to defending against opponent guards, the Detroit Pistons are again very solid defensively, not allowing too much PRA total from the opponent guard positions. Here's the Pistons defensive numbers against opponent shooting guards for those who want to see that as well. But overall, coming into this game, we don't like Derrick White to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. Now taking a quick look here at his minutes, we see that Derrick White is getting a solid dose of minutes per game. Through his last 10 games, 36 minutes per game. However, his minutes have not necessarily translated to an increase in his overall PRA total, again, falling below this line in the majority of the games he's played, especially on the road. And despite getting up a decent amount of attempts per game, close to 16 per game through his last 10 games, not shooting very efficiently from the field for Derrick White through his last 10 games, 40% field goal shooting, and his three-point shot has also faded as of late as well through his last 10 games, nearly 9 attempts per game, shooting close to 25% from three. So coming into this game, we don't like Derrick White to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. Now on his career, Derrick White has been a solid contributor this season, 18, 4, and 5 through his first 40 games, but coming into this game against a very solid defense in the Detroit Pistons on the road, we don't like Derrick White to have plenty of opportunity to reach this line. So for all these reasons, we'll be taking Derrick White for less than 27.5 PRA. If you're new to the channel, take a moment to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so that you can have early access to our picks as soon as we post and before the lines get bumped. Also, take a moment and hit the like button. We do have a like goal for this video, and if this video gets above 150 likes, we will be dropping bonus picks for you guys at the end of our next video, so take a moment and hit that like button. And again, if the picks of this video weren't enough for you and you'd like access to even more picks, click our link in the description below to gain access to the outlet. These guys are the premier sports betting community, and right now you can gain access to them for 15% off when you use code BLITZ. These guys will get you right, so go give them a look. We thank you for watching, we thank you to all of our channel members, and we'll see you in our next video.